So people keep saying that Yitzhak, which is Isaac, was this little boy on Mount Moriah. But y'all, where do you see that in Scripture? Where does Scripture say that? I wanted to walk y'all through the actual text, not show you some church coloring book version of the story. So the first thing that stuck out to me is that Isaac carried the wood. And it says, "And Abraham took the wood of the ascending offering and laid it on Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and knife, and the two of them went together." Y'all, this isn't like a toddler backpacking with the lunch kit. This was heavy sacrificial wood that was carried uphill, which requires adult strength. So the second thing that stuck out to me is when you look, the Hebrew term used is Na'ar, N-A-A-R, and that proves the age. So when the passage refers to the young men that were with Abraham, it uses that word, Na'ar, or Nar. I think it's Na'ar. This is Strong's H5288. H5288. And this ranges from a teenager to a fully grown young man. Never a small child, though. This is the same word that was used for Joseph So the second thing that sticks out to me is the word that they use. It is the Hebrew term Na'ar, and this term proves age. This is Strong's H5288. And this is describes, it ranges from a teenager to a fully grown young man. But this does not describe a small child. And this was the same word that was used for Joseph at the age of 17. This is in Bereshit, or Genesis 37:2. If Scripture would have wanted to describe a little child, it would have used the word Yeled or Taf, but it doesn't. And then the third thing was the timeline locks it in. And what do I mean by timeline? Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac was born. This is Bereshit 21:5, or Genesis 21:5. Sarah croaked at the age of 27 in Bereshit 23 verses 1 and 2. That makes Isaac 37 years old at her death. And the Akedah, which is the binding, takes place right before her death chronologically, placing Isaac between 25 and 37 years old. This wasn't like daddy carrying little Isaac to church. This was a grown man walking with his father to sacrifice with full awareness. And then the fourth thing is the foreshadow. Isaac willingly submits. So if we look at Bereshit 22:9, it says, "And they came to the place which Elohim had commanded him, and Abraham built a slaughter place there and placed the wood in order. And he bound Isaac his son and laid him on the slaughter place upon the wood." A grown man willfully being bound and placed on a wood is a foreshadow of Yahusha, who willingly laid down his life for us. Yohanan 10:17-18. Honestly, that prophetic connection would completely collapse if Isaac was portrayed as this helpless kid. Which makes sense because that's what the church wants, is these helpless people who are lawless. The truth of the matter is way more powerful. Obedience, maturity, and willingness. So churchianity definitely gets that wrong, but I think it was the point all along for them not to tell us the truth of the matter. Children's books sell way better than context. But honestly, Scripture doesn't ever call him a boy. Just read the Bible and you will see. Scripture paints him as this faithful, strong young man who walked in covenant obedience. I hope that cleared up some confusion for y'all.